Welcome back to
Hot Dad's Pod.
I am one of your hosts. I am one of your guys' third recording of the day. I am Save Gracie Canaan. That handle is my legal first name. This is my amazing co-host and podcast mommy,
Maria Heinegg. You can find me at gracieisanidiot.com/UK.
You did this. I would like you to know you had your own podcast and you were like, yes, her. I'm inviting her on as my co-host. And you didn't think I'd say yes. And here I am being like the zany aunt. You can find us at Hot Dad's Pod.
Yeah, you can find me at Maria Heinegg, MariaHeinegg.
Yeah, and also check out our Patreon. It's new.
Yep.
It's shiny.
Give us money.
And we're still deciding on amazing benefits. And what is it? Prizes? That can't be it.
Giveaways.
Yeah, giveaways.
Tears. Thank you.
You might be wondering who that third voice is.
Uh-oh. Who is she? She's spooky.
Do you guys hear her too?
We're going to release this the week of Halloween. Just for that.
Welcome to the podcast, Remy Kassimir.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Tell them where they can find you.
Oh, come find me on the internet. I live there. My handle is Remy Kassimir. Instagram, TikTok, now Threads, if you could believe.
Oh boy.
God damn it.
Shut up.
No, I'm not.
I'm boing Threads, not you.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know. But also it's
are you
like...
the inventor of Threads?
Yeah, I invented Threads.
Yeah, then why are you telling me to shut up?
I'm sorry. I'm
tell
in a
me to
mood
shut
today.
We're all in a mood today.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
I'm not in a mood today.
No, you're very calming today.
Oh, good.
It's like really nice.
Good.
And thank God
She's
for you.
usually very calming. I'm usually like this.
I can be in a mood.
My thing with Threads is I was just getting so annoyed by what Elon was doing to Twitter.
Yeah.
And so I welcomed an alternative. Like for a while, I was even thinking of starting my own alternative.
Oh, wild.
Yeah. That's how angry
There
I
is
was.
another alternative too, though. I can't remember what it's called.
Like Blue Sky. Yeah.
But it feels very tech bro-y.
Yeah.
It feels very like it's like the beta.
I think you have to get an invitation
That's
to
right.
Blue Sky.
It seems
invite only.
a
Just
little
seems very, like,
exclusive.
crypto.
Yeah, I don't like
And
that.
what I liked about Twitter was that like everybody had a voice and it was like equal until like it became like, oh, you can buy your verification, and then like everyone at the top of every thread was like verified saying like the dumbest shit you've ever heard.
Yeah.
So
versus unverified people saying the dumbest shit you've ever heard.
right. No, but at least like it would be like
I've always
based on merit versus based on, okay, your check gets you to the top of the thing, or it makes other people think that you are more reputable than you are.
Yeah. That whatever you say is gold.
Yeah.
I've always hated Twitter.
Yeah, we know.
That's all. Yeah. I haven't brought up
Great.
Twitter in a while.
Yeah, you haven't complained about it in a while. She's mad that she only gets like 8 likes on her tweets.
I feel you.
Yeah.
but
that's not why I
but that's
dislike it.
like that's most people.
Yeah.
I dislike it because it's so. I hate knowing what other stupid people think. I hate like every time I go through the comment section, I'm like, oh, that space in my brain I can't get back. Who are these people?
I like knowing what they think because I'm like, I suspected there were people who had these stupid thoughts and now they are confirmed. And I'm not happy about it, but I'm like, at least I know.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know.
I just it's amazing
You know how
how
bad it can get.
it's amazing how irrelevant Twitter feels now. It felt so relevant.
What feels relevant? That's my question. What does feel-
Instagram, unless you're younger, and then TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like not even, like I feel like what's relevant now is hanging out with friends.
Oh, I knew you were going to say something stupid.
I feel like, okay, all right. I actually think there's something to that. I
Right?
think there might be a little bit of a backslide that's happening.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time looking at people in subways. Okay.
Oh my
And
God.
I've noticed, based on nothing but anecdote and my mood, is uptick in books.
Huge uptick. I've been reading
Huge
again.
uptick. I've been reading again.
Yeah.
What? I
Yeah.
didn't know I could read.
Yeah.
And then I started reading
And
again.
people in real life. So the place, if you're in New York City and you want to talk to a bunch of strangers, nice ones, go to the Strand, stand at the book talk section, and every woman who has ever read a book will come over to you and tell you what not to read and what you have to read.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's
because
fun.
I'm always
Yeah.
wondering that.
Yeah.
That's no, and also the other thing I'm doing is I'm trying to go back to analog in the ways that I can. So like I bought an alarm clock. I have like a digital watch, and my next purchase is going to be
Whoa.
like a shitty iPod.
Just so that you're not looking at your
Just so that
socials?
I'm not looking at it's mostly like messages for
Yeah.
me. Like
Yeah.
I'm addicted to texting all the fucking time. So it's like what and socials, but it's like what's a way where I can like have an alarm clock and not wake up spooning my fucking Instagram in the
Yeah.
morning. It's a horrible way to
It's a
start
really
the day.
unhealthy way to start the day.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We both look at Maria. Maria, what do you think?
what do you
agreed.
think?
No
Are you
notes.
mad at us for this tangent?
That's my favorite question to ask Maria is, are you mad at me?
Yeah, and I'm never mad at her.
She's never mad at me. She loves me so much.
I'm very like chill today, and
Yeah.
I think that Shane sucked all of the joy out of me.
What did
Taurus.
Shane do?
Oh no, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
I just
okay.
mean like
Yeah.
we like laughed and riffed so much.
Yes,
on
yes,
that
yes.
that
We
now I'm,
riffed
like,
we riffed too hard, too close to the sun.
riffed too hard.
Yeah.
And I'm on my second coffee, so I got a third wind, but it's all like real weird energy.
I'm just gonna unbutton my
So
pants.
I
Don't
feel
mind
like,
me.
I feel like you're like
Yeah.
a pretty chill person.
T-
You smoke
t-
a lot of weed.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today I told Maria I'm a bit of an energy suck, so I
I
think
don't think you're an energy suck.
today I feel like one.
You might feel like one, but you're not,
You're not.
contributing in such
You're
a way.
very
Just
pleasant.
for your
Thanks,
own
guys.
awareness.
Love
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, love you.
Love to be here.
Yeah, you'd love to be
what-
to have you here.
What are you working on these days? I have a question that I'd want to ask,
Yeah.
but Maria won't let me ask it.
You can ask.
It's
it.
not but it's not about you. It's a stupid question that she keeps asking on
I'll
these
sneak it in
episodes, and I
later.
hate it. It's
I'll
a
sneak-
okay.
I'll sneak
it's
it in
like
later.
it's so pointless. Like
Okay.
you're not missing anything.
Okay, what I'm working
sneak
on
it
right
later.
now.
Stop mentioning it because you always get to say it once you mention it. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's banned. You can do it in this episode and then it's banned.
Okay, all right, fine. I'll
So
decide.
ask your fucking question.
Yeah,
Actually,
really?
you know what?
Question.
Plug your stuff first and then we'll ask
All
your
right.
question.
Okay. So I am working on How Come. I'm still hosting that podcast. It is about how I'd never had an orgasm. I started the podcast to learn why and how to do it, and it worked. Woohoo! And
I said this on our last episode. Fun
Yeah.
fact, I have not masturbated this year.
you're having a lull, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's
She's
meds
had
and
sex.
stuff.
Yeah.
I've had sex, but I have not
Yeah.
masturbated.
honestly, it's gotten kind of difficult for me this year too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your deal?
I don't know. I think I'm just like sad a lot.
Yeah, same.
I also recently, in October, started co-hosting Diet Starts Tomorrow, which is a podcast about unlearning toxic diet culture, and it's like health and wellness and stuff. And it is a very contentious subject matter where
Yeah.
it's kind of been an energy suck that way, because some people come to the podcast trying to learn how to diet.
Oh God.
You know, so, and everybody's got different feelings about their bodies and where they are in life and stuff. And I have my own issues with food.
Who doesn't?
And, yeah. So that's just been interesting.
It's been like
It's been really interesting.
something you have to emotionally shift and make space for.
Yeah, because for How Come, it was like everybody was on board with the same goal. It was like, yeah, we're all trying to come and we're all trying to whatever. Whereas in this one, it's like some people are coming to us to unlearn how they've been eating in a disordered way for like majority of their lives, and some people are coming to like learn how to diet. And like,
I've listened to so many episodes of Maintenance Phase. Like, I'm like
What is
exhausted
that?
from it. It's a debunking of like diet
stuff?
and wellness and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah, they do
But
a good job.
They
I've
do a good
heard.
job, but
I try
like,
not to listen to it because I don't want to like overlap their content.
Oh, fair enough.
You know,
I just
but I've
I'm,
heard good things.
I'm just tired of it. Like they just keep reinforcing the same things, and it is really fun. Like when they talk about a crazy diet and they're like making fun of like wellness gurus, that shit does not get old. That like they will quote back like the funniest shit that these gurus have said that you're like, that's the most batshit thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
But they reemphasize a lot of like, you know, there's nothing wrong with obesity and
Health at every size.
yeah, health at every size, etc. But it's just like it's just a little redundant. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, yes, I've heard this for like 150 episodes.
That's what one of my family members said at the beginning was, how can you talk about this for so many episodes? You know, like,
Well, there's a
aren't you going to
different
run out?
aspect.
And I'm like, nah, you know, like people said that about How Come too.
pretty-
And we're
pretty
5
nuanced.
years in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have guests, right?
Yeah.
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 Cool.
Have me on. I'll fat shame everyone. No, just
Don't you dare.
The
Can you imagine? That
you
was
break
that's what
in
I'm on for.
Yeah. No.
and start like stirring shit up. What else? What else you got going on? Just in your life, not even fucking, not even comedy stuff.
In my
How are your
life,
cats? You know,
I have one cat. Her name is Grace. She is so
that's
beautiful.
me. That's
I
my
know.
name.
I know.
Oh my gosh, you gave her a human name.
She
you
named-
named her after
she
me.
named her after
Her
you.
real name is Gracie Muse. She's named after the diner on like 70th and
Oh
3rd.
my gosh.
So she's a
Cute.
Gracie too.
Wow.
Grace has been living with my dad, which as have I.
Oh, really?
Since I came back from lockdown times, which I did in Portland, then came back here to like the worst rental
Portland,
market
Oregon?
ever.
Oh.
Yeah.
What were you doing in Portland?
Ben, my boyfriend, his family is from there, and we were visiting them to do shows. Like before, we were going to do some shows on the West Coast or whatever. And then everything shut down, and we just stayed there for 16 months.
That's wild.
I had no idea.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually like don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like it just felt like you were still in the city.
Hilarious.
I had no like
Yeah,
I would have
never-
not guessed
well,
that
it's
you
just
were gone
so
for
funny.
Because your
16
family's
months.
here, I would never have guessed that you left.
Yeah, no, a lot of people have said the flip thing where I've seen them for months here now that I'm back, and they're like, "Oh, are you back officially?" And I'm like, "Yes, I've been here."
Yeah, but that's
Book
great.
me."
I feel like you lost traction.
Yeah, but I also felt at the time that I needed to step back a little bit.
I think that was a really good forced
Yeah.
like moment for everyone to kind of take stock, reflect,
Yeah.
forced reflection time.
And I don't know if I'm still in this space now, but I think there was a while that I was like, what do I have to say to the world? Like, what can I say that somebody else hasn't? You know, like I don't
Sure.
think I'm a
But I think what's important to remember is that none of us are groundbreaking.
yeah.
So you're just either
what am I dying to say?
What are you?
Yeah.
Like
What do I
you're
go on
either
rants?
self-involved or you're not an artist.
Yeah. So I stopped being an artist for a second.
But it's like what is a thing that whenever I think about that, like, oh my God, I have no point of view. I have nothing to say. And then in the same breath, like in the same hour, I'll go on like a 10-minute rant to my friend
Yeah.
about like broccoli or something.
Yeah,
I'm like,
like,
hey, I
she-
guess I have
And
something
be like,
to say
I'm
about broccoli.
so quotable.
Yeah. I'm like, I guess I do have shit that I care about.
Put the
just not
shit
what I'm
I
trying to
say
get
on
at
merch
it.
immediately.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You like Gracie, she doesn't say it anymore, but she used to love to be like, I just hate opinions, which is by the way a fucking
I'm gonna bring
opinion.
it back.
Strong opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
No one have
then she
opinions.
has 1,000 fucking hot takes, like
Yeah. On nothing important.
or on important
Usually-
stuff, problematic hot takes.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm
She's
just an idiot.
Deep
flapping
down,
a trap.
she's a bro.
I'm an incel.
Do you think it's the water you were steeped in?
What do you mean?
Like you grew up around a lot of that stuff, so it like you
Oh
internalized
no,
it?
I'm very liberal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just a fucking wild card.
Yeah.
I just like loosening things up. It's like in Jenga where I just kind of like
I
knocking
wish-
over
yeah.
the
To like
tower.
shift the side a
Yeah,
little
but
bit.
like also I phrase it as if I am an idiot because I am. So no one,
Shut up.
no
You're not
one
a
should
fucking
listen to me
idiot.
seriously.
Let me ask you a controversial question. You ready
Go
for
on.
this?
Wings or tail?
yeah.
No, shut up. That's her stupid fucking question.
Wings or tail?
She wants to know if you could choose, would you choose wings or a tail?
Who would choose a tail?
We've
You
had a
wouldn't
couple
believe how
people.
many people have chosen
It can
tails.
be any
It's
kind
crazy.
of wings, any kind of tail.
What
Yeah.
can tails do for you? I guess if you have
Exactly.
like a monkey-like tail, you can grab other stuff. Is that what they're thinking?
Yeah.
No, I mean it's
man.
inexplicable. Anyway, so yours is wings.
That's
We
it.
solved
I think
it.
it's wings.
Yeah,
right.
mine is
Okay,
wings as
that's
well.
The last
Yeah.
time. That's the last time I can ever ask that question.
Well, yeah.
No, but now I'm thinking about
it's
it.
a
I'm
good.
like,
it's a good question, right?
some
It's
people
very
may
No,
want a
it's
tail
not a
to
good
like
question.
balance on as a chair.
Andrea
You can
hates
walk
it.
around with.
Andrea hates me personally so much.
You mean like Tigger, like
Yeah.
jump on your tail?
Or yeah, you just use it. Like, do you see in Jury Duty?
I
where that
never feel
guy-
comfortable saying Tigger. It's like so
Yeah, I wouldn't.
so dangerously close.
In Jury Duty, there was that guy that had the contraption that he could sit on. It was like a attachable stool.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, like I could see a tail being used for that.
Fucking
Yeah.
show is
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
It's James Marsden.
I know.
Remember when
When he's in character.
I mean, he's so good. But do you remember when like he's trying to operate that like forklift or whatever when they're trying to leave like the site, and the like the courtroom officer lady goes, "Hey, will you go get X-Man?"
My favorite part was when he was in character as the guy that he was like auditioning for the
Yeah,
movie or
the-
whatever.
the
and he's like,
cowboy.
"Oh, you guys like da 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 whatever." And then he like breaks and he looks at everyone and he goes, "Okay, wait, guys, Marsden here."
Where it's like he's got like the most actor thing ever. I haven't seen it, so I'm just
It's-
chortling
I'm
into
sorry.
It's
that.
only
You
8
need to.
episodes. It's only
I
episodes.
don't
They're
watch
half an hour
TV,
long.
and it's really bad.
No.
you
this
and
is
Otis would love it. That's her
No.
roommate / ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
No, it's.
Are
he
you
just
okay?
Threw it out like that. First of all, no, I'm not okay.
Okay.
No, I'm great. He and I dated for. We're like weirdly best friends. Like,
Okay, then
he and
that's
I-
good.
He and I dated for like 7 years.
But
and
not
we've been
recently.
Broken up
Not
like
recently.
6 years. Yeah, I think we've now been broken up for like 6 years, but we just became really good friends.
think
and
that's
then
very
I left
chic.
New York for a couple months, and then I like gave up my place with my other roommate. And when I came back, he had moved there, and I was like, "You got a 2-bedroom?" And he's like, "Yes." And I'm like, "It's gonna be me. Let's get the band back together."
It's gonna be
I
May.
love that you said let's get the band back together because I always think
Yeah.
about Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks and like the fact that they could still make music together after like having dated or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
maybe they
think
were
it's
married at
something
some
you
point,
can or
I don't know.
should plan. I think when people are like, "Let's stay friends." it's
Yeah.
like, no, let's like cold turkey, and then if we happen to be friends,
Yes.
that's great.
This is a perfect example of a hot take. Like, there's only one way to maintain a friendship after dating someone. She's like, no, you can't state
I
that you're going to be
mean,
friends.
I think
Like,
it's
you can.
kind
Some
of-
people can do that.
I'm sure some people can.
I just think
I
if
could
you-
never see it like for me immediate friendship right after.
Me and my ex tried to do it, and I was great at it. I was like, this is cool. I dumped you. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit.
But that's what I'm
And
saying is
he
if you
could not
try
handle
to
it.
do it. It's one of those things where it's like
We
if
had
you're
to because of
looking for
it's the
it-
dog sitting business. We just
right
like had to interact.
Like if you're looking for it and you try to do it, it's not going to work as well. But if you don't, it's like if you're not looking for it, you'll find a friend in
Yeah.
all the right places.
There's also
is that a
people
song, or
who-
did you
Nope.
just put us through that?
It's just I just did it. I just wanted to
It's a
shake
little
things
ditty.
up. It's a little. I'm just
She-
really using this as a platform for my music career.
She sings to herself when she works sometimes.
Oh.
But she's completely unaware that she's doing it. So I'll just like look at her and she'll be like, "What?"
Yeah, I have had to. Like, that's the most intimate insight that anyone can get into me. It's like, it's not sex, it's not like living with me, but it's like if you're around me when I'm working, it's
There are
like
gonna be some comedy concerts.
Demons
Yeah.
like are coming out. Like I perch like this on a gargoyle, or like a gargoyle, and then I do this on my laptop and I'm like really into it, and I have like 8 different screens and I sing to myself. And
You
people
don't
are like-
perch. I've never seen you perch.
not yet, but
Yeah.
if you ever travel with me.
Do you know who sang By Me the other day to herself? I was on the street crying, as you do in New York. And Idina Menzel walks past me, and I think she's just left like a rehearsal space because we were like in that area, like 30s on the West Side, and she's just like looking at me while singing to herself and like watching me cry, and then like walking by and singing, and I was just like, this is awesome.
That's so funny.
That's wild.
Don't you feel like
Yeah.
that's the equivalent of a comedian walking around telling their own jokes?
That's funny.
Yeah. And
That's
I have
funny.
done that, or not telling my own jokes, but trying to craft one.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like I've talked to myself before and I've been like, oh my God, people either think that like I'm insane or that I'm like booked and busy.
I'm going to say it's the former.
Yeah.
What was she singing and why were you crying? And did the two things relate at all?
No, she was just singing like a riff. Like, so there were no lyrics. It was just like, yeah, like she was like practicing what had just gone down. I don't remember what I was crying about. I think I was just like, it's one of those days that it was like the weight of the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. like one of those things where you're already having a bad day and then you don't recycle a can.
Ugh.
And then you're like, what? I'm such a piece
Am
of
I the
shit. There's no,
problem?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Totally.
The world's burning. You don't have to recycle.
I haven't had a good, what do you guys do when
Please
you need a good
recycle,
cry?
everyone.
I recycle, but
doesn't matter.
it does not make a difference.
Composting is coming to New York too. Did you hear?
We already have it.
What?
We already have it. I have a compost thing
Community
downstairs.
gardens
Really?
or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, I read some article like that was
Don't
like
worry, it
composting's
doesn't
going to
matter.
be
Maybe it's a Manhattan thing,
maybe,
but
Yeah.
it's in Brooklyn. We have it.
good.
I don't do it.
I did a lot of composting in Oregon.
Yeah.
And I was like, why don't we
yeah.
do this at home?
Well, of course you do. It's Oregon.
yeah. But it just makes sense for like if you don't want your trash to smell,
Yeah.
like have a separate compost bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even if you don't care about earth, like
Yeah.
Oh,
It's good
I
for
just
stink.
had that situation where I
Yeah,
was
you did.
taking out
Don't tell
my
this story. It's so
No.
gross.
Okay, all right, thank you.
It's a leaky trash story.
Ugh.
Beginning and end.
vomit.
That's it. That's it. So wait, I have a question. If
I
you
feel like
guys
I've
need a
shut
really good
you
cry-
down so many times.
I
this
love it. I
podcast.
need to be managed. I am a loose cannon. Loose
Gracie. Canaan.
Loose
We
cannon.
both said that at the same time. We both just went straight to pun town. All right, if you guys need a good cry,
Pun town is
and you
fun
need to
town.
like force like start yourself a little bit. Like what do you do?
Watch Stepmom.
Oh,
Okay, I've actually never seen that.
Oh my god.
so
Yeah.
sad.
We will watch it. It's fucking sad. When she's like when Susan Sarandon is talking to Julie Roberts and she's like, I have their past and you can have their future. I'm
Insane.
just-
I went to a movie that I bawled so hard from that I forgot I had a show after and went home. It's called Past Lives. Highly recommend.
Oh, I have seen. Yeah, this was recently.
Oh, it was like 3 days ago.
This movie was so good, I lost my job.
It was so good. No, literally, my
What's it
friend who had
about?
booked me was like, I don't think our friendship can recover. I was like, you need to know how much I was crying.
Yeah.
It's
Was she
about,
joking? Will your friendship recover?
He was joking, and yes.
Okay, all right.
We'll be
cool.
okay.
Yeah.
But so the way that my friends
What's the show? Can you recommend me? No. Just-
Book me. That's the only reason.
What's
we
the
have
movie
people.
about?
The movie is called Past Lives. It's about a girl who grew up in Korea, had this like best friend, left Korea for the States, or actually no, they immigrated first to Canada, and then she came to the States eventually. And it's just about like her chatting to this friend and like this like will they won't they of a relationship, and then also just like how their lives have evolved and like it's I don't want to give too much away, but
it's great.
The way
Sounds
that my
heavy.
friend sold it to me was she was like, it's sliding doors.
That's a fun one.
It's not is the thing,
Oh.
but afterwards you'll be like, okay, yeah, I get kind of how.
Yeah.
but it's not a rom-com starring Gwyneth Paltrow.
No.
Although at
my
the end of
God, I
that, she
fucking
does
love
die,
sliding
kind
doors.
of.
One
which
of
is
her
nice.
dies.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the one who doesn't
Yeah.
that's not the true story dies.
You're ruining this movie from 1993.
That was one of the ones.
Spoiler alert.
I'm pretty sure that's from early aughts, but okay. Maybe. I like it's cusp for sure.
Yeah, okay.
It's not from 1993.
She had.
Yeah.
Well, she did have the. It's like the blonde. Can I talk
Bob.
to your manager?
Yeah.
Hair, but like
the let me
not-
speak to your manager here.
Yeah, but like the hot version. Like, let me speak to your manager meets heroin chic.
Yes.
You know?
Okay, it pulled up actual sliding doors. That's
That was one of the movies that my mom had. I don't know how you guys watch movies growing up, but my mom would
1998.
have.
so cusp, like I said.
Split the diff.
Yeah, split the diff.
Yeah.
She would have like the same 5 movies on repeat.
That's a
all
good
the time.
one.
It was like that, Apollo 13,
That is not comforting at
Big.
all.
like Saving Private Ryan, big Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I was
fan.
going to say
Yeah.
this is a Tom Hanks theme.
Yeah, so I don't know, but it's like
I think that's because we had VHSs, right? You didn't
Yeah.
have the world at your fingertips.
Yeah,
like it was
so you
like
would just
the
rewatch.
Titanic box set or bust.
or the news.
And the way that I used to watch Titanic, because we had it, it came out on 2 VHSs.
I was
It
going
had
to
to be
say, I
split.
totally
Yeah.
forgot that you couldn't have it all on one.
Yeah, it didn't fit.
That would blow a Gen Z's mind.
I know.
Well, same
that
with
you would have to
DVDs,
like
too.
in the
Like for
middle
Lord of the Rings
of an
extended.
experience that you have to pause that experience.
Yeah. But I would always say, this is perfect. Let's just throw out the second half. Keep it a happy movie.
Oh my God,
That's
that's
amazing.
a hot
Like
take.
I would
love
just
that.
only watch the first half of the VHS.
What happens
and
at the end of the first
middle.
half?
I think they like dance down below and have a
like, have
fabulous
sex?
time. And she has their cigarette and she's like, "You want to see what I can do?"
Yeah.
And then stands on her toes and everyone's like, "Yes!"
Yeah. Whenever she does that, I'm like, oh, fuck off.
Like, good job.
What does she do? She just because she's like a ballet dancer.
Because she-
Yeah, but also I was
trained
a
to
ballet
ballet.
dancer growing up, and none of us ever tried that because that's not a thing we do.
Well, that's a
it's a
very
way to break your-
that's a very
Yeah.
specific thing you do if you're on a track to be a fucking prima ballerina. That's
You
it.
think?
Yeah. Stand on your toes.
But
yeah, toe shoes.
aren't you wearing
No,
point
but
shoes?
you have to be wearing point shoes.
Oh, I
She
thought
was
you meant
barefoot.
I thought you meant
Yeah.
like being able to do that at
on
all.
point is the goal.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. But you need lamb's wool, and you need to break in your slippers. You
Yeah.
can't just be doing it in a basement on your toes. You could
Somebody
break your-
did for that
break your
scene,
toes.
and it wasn't Kate Winslet. So
No, I think they held up. Somebody's
Yeah,
upper
they
body.
probably have. Yeah, yeah. No one can do that. It's
I think it
been
was a harness
debunked.
situation. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I tried it afterward and was like, yeah, I can do it for like a split second.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Let's
wouldn't
try
it these
later.
days.
Well, let's also remember how old I was when Titanic came out. You know, I weighed what a 12-year-old weighs.
Yeah, but now you have the muscles to hold you up.
no, aren't all of our feet completely fucked? I had a thought
Are they?
yesterday that I was like, I think I'm done with walking. Like I was like, I had. A thought
You
where I'm
love
like,
walking.
I think I've overwalked. I think that's what it is. I was just like, I'm done with. I don't want to walk anymore
Because your feet are killing you all the time.
I'm just tired. I'm just
Same.
the whole thing.
It might be time for orthotics. I just got them. and
Yeah?
I do
Life-changing?
like them. Yeah.
yeah. It's
And
our time.
hokas. This is my 70-year-old segment. Hokas? If your feet hurt, yeah,
Get
go
some hokas.
What are those?
People love
They're-
hokas.
yeah,
It's a
they're
brand
a
of sneaker.
Okay.
It's the fluffy ones.
Yeah, it's like walking on air,
yeah.
and you can get your orthotics put in the hokas.
I
which
like that you're
did.
massaging your foot
Yeah,
on
I'm
my
think-
coffee table.
thinking about how much my feet hurt. And I'm like,
That's
Yeah, go for it.
That's like a replaceable body part that I wish I could take off like a Lego and then like replace it with a new one.
What, your feet?
Yeah.
What would the new one be like? That's not like your current one.
Metal. I don't know.
like the
Sorry, now I
upgrade
just
in like
sound like I'm
Mario when it's like
appropriating.
you got metal boots.
Yeah.
You can now jump on spikes.
Yeah, totally. Or maybe I should just get roller skates or wheelies. You know?
Wheelies are so dangerous. I got wheelies and could not use
Yeah,
them.
I could never
Recently?
operate them.
Yeah. Yeah. Recently. No, when I was when they were fucking relevant.
Wait, you have to operate them? What do you need? Like a
Like,
license?
You have
for
to like
wheelies?
be able to
flip it
balance.
out. You have
You
to-
have to like click out, and then you have to be able to like roll without falling on your head.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I'm getting some. Okay, I'm gonna get.
I would not
I'm gonna
put it
get
past you at all.
Orthotic wheelies. Okay, I'm so
Yes.
tired. I'm orthotic. Absolutely.
That's a like bring the 90s back idea.
What if
Yeah.
you become a scooter guy?
I could do that. I could be a scooter bitch.
Yeah.
But then it's like you gotta. Those things get stolen
Yeah.
all the time.
Do they?
Get-
I didn't-
Or you know what I'll do?
I guess of course they do.
What is it? The one wheel.
Oh my God.
Oh no, the hoverboard.
Yes. Andrea.
Andrea's
just-
so mad. She goes, "You'll
I
die."
don't understand how you even balance on them.
I
let
just,
alone-
it's like, even if you can balance on them, like, it's such a bad idea.
Yeah.
Like, just any divot in the cement whatsoever.
sure.
There was a day that my boyfriend and I were on a balcony of a building, and we
Oh,
saw this
no.
guy hoverboarding across the street, and he like fell off, and like it wasn't like a harsh fall, it was just kind of like a silly fall, and we started laughing so hard.
yeah.
And we forgot, like, we were also outside, and he like looked up and was like, ugh, and got back on, and then just like wheeled away.
But you're also like, you're fine.
No, I know.
You're good.
He was fine.
But
Yeah.
it's funny. It's almost like he went away faster to like prove a point.
He was like, I'm good at
He's
this.
like, I'll show you.
Yeah. He had like the Naruto hands behind him.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I'm a bird.
That's so
Yeah.
funny. Did you say you have a dating question for her?
I have an advice
yeah.
question. Well, sometimes we ask dad questions. Not really dad questions, but a dating advice question or whatever.
So you can give us some-
Yeah.
You advice, and you're the proverbial wise father.
You're
Great.
giving us the fatherly advice.
Oh, I love
It's
dating
like an
advice from my
annoying-
father.
Gives the best advice.
best.
Whenever someone's like, I go to my parents all the time for I'm like, I don't think I can genuinely
Who's telling you that?
get people who are
Some
like,
people are
oh,
really
I'm
close to
like
their parents.
Yeah, and
And
they're
I'm not close, but I
But
would
you don't
never.
have to be like.
I'm close to
I'm not
my
even talking about. You
parents.
can be close to your parents and ask 0 dating questions.
not
Like,
dating questions. I can't ask them anything. I can't ask them advice about a job, about finances, about relationships. Like they're my homies.
Oh.
No.
Well, I mean,
You should
we're
be able
not.
to ask them for advice
We're not.
about some
We're not
stuff.
disputing
really.
that they're your
No.
homies. That's
Yeah, they're
that's
just my
your
homies.
That's your experience.
That is your
Gracie.
experience. Yeah.
Justified. But for now,
My
you're
parents.
my daddy.
My
But
parents are not
homies-
my homies.
Can give you dating advice, no? Or like,
Yeah.
I mean, my dad's going through his 3rd divorce.
Okay, so we don't want-
I don't really know.
And her mom quit dating after she was married to her
Yeah,
dad.
so
Got
it's not really.
They've
Okay.
they've
And neither
they've already
of them,
clocked
neither
out.
of them really have any money or promising careers. Love you guys if you're listening, but it's just that they're homies. They're drinking buddies.
okay, so ask me, and I will.
Oh,
I
okay.
will
All
also tell everyone I'm not the best at dating advice, and I haven't been out on the dating market in 8
Well,
years.
that might be why you're qualified
Flex.
from an outsider.
Flex. No, but also started my relationship in like a toxic way,
Ooh.
like in a way that I don't recommend. Like my boyfriend is a recovering fuckboy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. Well, this
Yeah.
is kind of a fuckboy related question.
Yeah. Okay. Go
So
off.
there you go. Okay. All right.
Go off, sis.
Well, Andrea and Maria are already briefed on this topic, but it's a wound down topic. So basically,
Okay.
I'm wondering if I should completely ghost this person or if I should send a last closing.
Go in more.
All right.
How much have we slept with this person?
We've slept with this person
Okay.
twice. This person pursued me.
he is more interesting and
He is
better
He's-
behaved
he's-
than a
I
fuckboy.
will say not fuckboy, but it's
But does he
it's
treat you in a
It's-
fuckboyish way? People can be interesting.
It's a
and still be
blend.
fuckboys.
It's a
a
blend.
blend, like
Okay.
very like
In my
I
opinion.
was like, ooh, I connected more with this person, very smart, very interesting. But then basically what started happening is, and this shit would have worked on me in my 20s,
Mm-hmm.
but especially because I'm not looking for like anything serious right now.
Mm-hmm.
But this person, what I started feeling is the more interested I was in them,
The more he pulled back.
yeah. If you get to a point where you're like, I'm making it so that it's very obvious I'm available and I like you, and then you don't, and then there's a communication break in the pattern, then like that's just it's just a huge turnoff to
Yeah.
me, because that
Oh.
means that you're only interested in, and then I kind of pulled back as a result of that, and then I get a tap. So it's like, if I get a whiff that you are only interested in people that are hard to get, that's a sign of emotional immaturity, and it's a turnoff, even if it's in a casual setting.
Yeah.
So that's it. But I don't know if I'm now trying to decide if I like
I would
ghost
say send
or
the
if
thing
I just send.
because sometimes you need to tell them that like we're done here.
For yourself,
Yeah.
for closure.
Yourself.
For
And
closure.
it feels weird to ghost.
Also, women love to do
because-
that. Women love to be like, just so you know.
Oh, see, the guy that I hooked up with like right before I got serious with Ben, I ghosted him
Yeah.
because I was just like, never mind. You know,
I hate
And
ghosting as a rule.
I still feel very weird about that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, he didn't really deserve that. It's not like he did anything like wrong to me or anything. You know,
Yeah, but,
like-
you know,
This person isn't doing anything
there's-
wrong either, but at the same time, I feel like
But if you leave it open ended,
you don't feel attended
don't
to.
you?
right, every relationship, no matter how serious or casual it is, you're paying a price of admission, right?
Yeah.
So if it's like a serious relationship, that's like a luxury cruise liner that
Yeah.
you're paying. If it's like something casual,
You've been
you're
having
paying-
different relationships than I have.
no, but you know what I mean. Where it's like, what is the price you're willing to pay?
No, I get
to
it. What?
maintain
How much
this
are you
person?
investing? How much are you
Right,
investing?
and it's like you don't have to be investing a lot. Like the people that I see casually, I don't invest a lot of like text time with, but it is a like, hey, thinking of you, excited to see you,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. Yes,
I have a question.
Yes.
Which is why I raised my hand for those listening. How often would you say that you think about him?
I thought about him like a lot, like during the time that we were talking, and it got more.
What
and
about
more.
now?
Now less, because I've pulled back,
But-
so I
but-
have some brain power back.
But like at least once a day, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which is, I say with zero judgment, by the way.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I am
No, yeah. I mean,
I'm the queen of obsessive thoughts.
I really feel like I liked this person.
Yeah.
And, you know, like when someone can tell that you're not that interested in them initially, they're like, I'm going to prove that especially, I don't know if you get this as comedians, but like, anyway, I talked a lot and we need to let our guests
No,
talk
but if
more.
somebody says you're not funny, you're like, let me find a video where you'll
Yeah,
change your mind.
totally.
Yeah.
You're like, I would do anything.
I can fix you.
He called himself toxic.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I love a self-aware man.
Yeah, it
even
was
if it's that
wild.
That's here's what I was gonna say is like, are you still waiting for him to text you, like deep down?
Yeah.
Deep down, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think
to
you have
me,
to put the kibosh.
to me, which is completely hypocritical to advice that you've given me on the exact same topic.
Yeah.
I think you should
Yeah,
send
but
it.
yours is way more serious. Mine's like,
Well, I mean, is it anyway?
Yeah.
But like, if you want to send like a quick little essay
hey,
about why
sunsetting this.
Hey, I know we haven't talked in a long time, and that's okay. I just think you should know that this door is closed.
So if you need to shut the door
Yeah.
to turn, for me, the longer that I don't interact with someone, the more
The
like
easier it gets.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
for
that's
sure.
so that's why I didn't opt to send like a declaratory or whatever, because I just know if I don't talk to them, like it's not as though I'm never going to think of them, but it will dwindle.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you feel like, but I'm also not waiting. I'm not expecting a text for mine, and I think that you're
Sure.
still kind of expecting one from
Right. And I
yours.
think there becomes a point where you're like, I can't walk a fine line of being casual. I keep like, if I'm honest with myself, it's like we put so much pressure on ourselves to be like, I'm a chill girl.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I'm a
no
cool
one's
girl.
fucking chill. No one's chill.
You're either in or
Yeah.
you're out, is what I would
Yeah.
say on it.
Yeah.
So you could also just send him a pep talk text and be like, "Hey, I want us to like interact regularly or not."
Oh
at all.
God, no. I would never do that. Ugh.
I don't think
No,
there's
because
anything
that
wrong
That
with
sounds
sounds
that.
like
such a
ick.
bummer.
She
I've already
think.
kind of
she-
gotten the ick.
I agree
And
that she's gotten
I
the
also
ick,
don't need to
but
be
she
relationship
still
coping
likes
anyone.
him.
But she still likes
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, because I'm gonna maybe have to have. Well, it's not the same conversation, but you know, with the 27-year-old, like I'm gonna have to have a conversation with him. I think where I'm like, "Hey, I know that we have sex sometimes, but I kind of actually like you, so I think that we should either like try to date or we have to stop seeing each other because it's
emotional
unhealthy."
chicken. You've reached your point. That's what it is. It's a line of emotional
With
chicken.
myself, which is the worst part.
Yes, exactly.
It's the worst kind of chicken where you're like, you piece of shit, you're doing piece of shitty stuff.
Yeah. So I just want Remy's hot take and closing thoughts because
Yeah,
I've been talking
I
for
would
a
just
full
say
70% of this.
send
so
the
far.
thing because,
Yeah.
like, I was totally out with this guy. I was not thinking, oh, is he ever going to text me again? Like, I did not care, and still ghosting him. I think about it.
Was
and
he
I feel
texting you,
bad
though?
About it. He was, and then I stopped responding.
Got it.
You know, like,
Yeah.
because I was just like, ugh, like I don't even want to
Deal with it.
Yeah.
And you didn't even really like him.
I think I liked him in the beginning.
Yeah.
But, and this is really fucked up, but I was in a place in my life where if somebody said they were into me, that made me recoil. And he introduced me to his friends really early. And I was like, oh, yuck. I was like, you think I am something way more serious than like what is going on here. And like,
But didn't
let me show you how much of an asshole I actually am. Like,
But you met all. But you
You're
met
like,
all
check.
of Benny's friends.
that's different. We work together.
Yeah. Work.
Yeah, work.
Is he a comic?
Yeah.
You know the guy that ran the show last night?
Oh, I had literally no idea. I knew that you're. Wow.
That's
Wow,
your
that was
man.
so close to just shit talking him.
Hilarious. You're like, oh my God. So
Can
the
you
one person I'd never hook up with is that guy.
Yeah.
I ran the show.
I would
last night.
never hook up with your boyfriend.
That's so funny. I feel like I must have known that, but
Yeah, we're very sly. That's my favorite
Yeah.
thing on shows when the audience doesn't know that
Yeah.
we're dating because he'll talk about his girlfriend's slimy pussy and I'll talk about my idiot boyfriend and nobody knows that we're talking about each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
So cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
I like that.
It's a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
You
but
have
I
a
would
similar-
I would send the text.
Send the just like
Just
it has
'cause-
like a little yellow heart at the end, and it's like,
Yeah.
hey, just had to listen to my gut, setting it back,
yeah.
fucking,
I
you're
had
great.
I had a similar what? You said you had a similar, and then you stopped.
Oh, you had you are having me. Yeah, no. Well, you know what? We're going to pass that.
Okay.
We're going to pass it right over. The do I text the person or do I not?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
so crazy that it's
Yeah.
like we shouldn't be like, I have a joke about this that I told last night where it's like we shouldn't be like twirling our hair and having butterflies and talking about boys in our 30s.
Right.
But
I wooed so hard at that. I was like, yeah, crushes are weird right now.
yeah, I remember I was probably like 23, 24, still a virgin. Okay. And I was talking to my friend who was in his 30s and he was married, and he was telling me that he had a crush on this like chick that we knew. And my mind was just blown because I was like, oh, you can be married and get crushes on people?
Oh, hell yeah.
But it never occurred to me because like my parents have been together my whole life. You know what I mean? Like, which is hilarious though, because my mom's like a divorced woman, and her first husband cheated on her with her best friend who lived next door. So it's
God.
so it's like hilarious to me that like that it would not occur
That you
to
would
me.
not be able to conceptualize
Yeah.
anybody having a crush while married.
Yeah.
No, a lot of people have crushes. And
But it's also just normal to get crushes, and there's nothing like
Yeah.
wrong with
I think it's
having
a
a
nice
crush.
thing to be like, this thing still works. This ticker.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
That's it. That's my
kind of
question.
can rev you up too. That you're like, oh, it's cool that I can have like,
You're reminded that you're alive.
yeah. But then you also, you
Andrea
never,
made a face like it was corny, but I loved it.
Oh, she just
never
smiled.
let the crush go to the place where
It's cheating.
it's cheating.
Right, of course.
Yes. Because
But you
all-
take it to the edge.
No, but also if you were to get to know most of the people that you have a fleeting crush on, you'd be like, oh, ew.
yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
The ick comes in so
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even an ick. You just realize that they are like, I was going to say developmentally disabled, and that is not the
Say that.
appropriate thing.
In arrested development. No?
No, no, that they are substantially unwell in some way. You know what I mean? That there's like,
What?
so,
Or they're just not compatible with you. And like,
sure.
the crush is like, I learned this word limerent. Have you heard of a limerent?
No.
Yeah. It's like a little obsession.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
really know how to define it so much, except for that I know that I am one. Like,
wait, maybe I don't
where
know what this
you
is.
will have these parasocial relationships with
Parasocial.
people and think that, like, I'm going to give this example. When I was 11, I met this man, boy, he was a boy, 15-year-old at a resort in Mexico. And
I don't like where this is
he
going.
said to me, he walked by me one night and he said, "Good evening." And I said, "He's in love." I was like, he's just as in love with me as I am with him. And I would write about this kid in my diary for years. And I
I
would
totally get that.
telepathically
Yeah.
try to like communicate with him. Like Ben and I were having this conversation last night. He's like, "Did you ever try to like move stuff with your brain when you were younger?"
I still do.
And I was
still
like,
do.
I was like, maybe after Matilda, but my thing is I would try to communicate with people I had crushes on and be like, "I miss you, contact me." And I would think that they were also saying it back to me or whatever. Like, so I know that I have the
Yeah.
ability to make a crush out of nothing
It is
and feel
pretty
very
interesting.
attached to it.
Yeah.
But if I ever got to
Same.
know that person, I'd be like,
You're not for me.
"Who?" Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all projecting on each other.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's the feeling of wanting so badly to have that love, especially if
Connection.
you're a rom-com person that
Yeah.
you're like
Yeah.
I still begrudge the fact that I started off with a fuckboy and not somebody who saw me and was like, "You,
Yeah, but that's
you,"
not...
you know, like,
Just one glance.
and that's not reasonable.
It's not reasonable because people that are doing that to you as someone who's been on the receiving end of that,
Those
are
people-
they don't see
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yes,
They're
exactly what I was
projecting,
gonna-
they're
Yes.
love bombing.
They're a person like
are
me
falling in
that
love with an
goes,
idea of
I
you.
love the idea of you. I've already
Yeah.
thought about our relationship or whatever, and like that's why I think it's
or
so
love
interesting.
bombing to control you because they're narcissists.
For sure. I don't think I've come across that many of those. I think, just speaking from my experience, it's like I would meet somebody and then imagine our future,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I think
And-
it's very normal though. I think it's
Yeah.
very.
It
just
better
from
be,
like a
otherwise I am
biological.
fucked up.
Just from like a biological standpoint, but then also like that rom-com society that we
Yeah.
live in.
which is mostly women and femmes watching that stuff and expecting it.
Yeah.
Whereas like
I don't know. Every guy I've been with has been like
expected a rom-com.
my last boyfriend was like very obsessed with When Harry Met Sally and
Wow.
very obsessed with like romance.
That's really interesting to me though, because I don't think that I fantasize about like the story arc of rom-coms. All that I think about is the happiness they feel after the end, just being with someone that like makes them feel good
Yeah.
all the time, in quotation marks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where you're like, this is my person.
Yeah,
like that's
I
what I
found
think
someone
about.
that fits with me.
Yeah, I
that
don't-
should be enough.
Yeah,
I'm like, but you don't remember the night we met, and I do.
Dude, I love your witch voice. It's like my favorite.
Oh my god, that's that was recently with a guy. I don't remember the first time that I met him, and he clearly did. And I was like,
You know what's fucked up?
but I didn't meet him under romantic circumstances.
No, I didn't
Like,
meet Ben under romantic
Those are the
circumstances. I
people
went to
that
his
stick.
show. Our other friend, who's a comic, introduced us.
Who?
Ben said Giulio Gallerati, who I'd known since I'm 14.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And
That's so cute.
Yeah, he's like, this is Remy, this is Ben. Ben goes, do you want to smoke some weed? I said, more than anything. And he looked at Giulio and he goes, she's perfect. I go, how do you not remember that? That meant so much to me.
That's really cute.
I know.
He was stoned. That's
Why
why
won't you pretend to remember it?
He doesn't. Okay, that is the most naggy girlfriend thing I've ever heard in my life. Why won't you pretend to remember it?
Say you were in love with me the whole time and you were treating me like shit because you didn't want me to like you.
here's the thing is-
or like he will say, he's like, I think if I had treated you kindly at that time,
You wouldn't have been into it.
you wouldn't have been into it, which is true because of how I treated that other guy who
Yeah.
was so into it.
Yeah.
So to a certain point, he's right, and I hate that.
How long did he fuckboy you before he started to become respectful?
1 whole year.
A year? Oh man, that's a long time.
What does
know.
fuckboy meant entail in this scenario?
Is he leaving you on red?
No,
Is he ghosting your nudes?
No, and I wouldn't reach out that much either. Like I would like,
Because you were protecting yourself.
yeah, and I also was in my limerentness of thinking everything I'm thinking about him, he's also thinking about me.
But
So I would show up to shows and I would assume he's so happy that the love of his life is here.
Oh my god.
it worked. Maybe
We're
you
such
manifested it.
inside of our brains. We're just all such creepy people. Like
Seriously.
I think women are so much creepier than men are. Actually, it's just
I
that-
will go against that
I think
fully.
men are scarier,
here's-
but women are creepier.
Yeah, men
Yeah.
are scarier. What I mean by
We're
that
allowed
is
to
like,
be creepier because not as much is going to happen.
yeah, because
to you.
we're not a threat.
Yeah,
Right.
Like,
we're a threat to
yeah.
ourselves.
So,
we're
yes.
just going to sit at home and cry.
Yeah.
and try to communicate with you via
I won't be
brain.
ignored, Daniel.
Yeah.
Okay, like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
my rom com. It's fatal attraction.
Oh,
But like,
rom-com, Fatal Attraction,
Fatal
and
Attraction.
Terminator 2.
yeah,
oh my God, Terminator 2 is the best.
yeah. I rewatched that like I don't know 2 weeks ago maybe.
Yeah.
Love it. But what I mean by women being more creepy is like women will online stalk the shit out of
Yeah.
the most like
not even
an
exes.
acquaintance,
Yeah.
like someone that whatever men and I try to do
I
a bit
call
about
that
it.
anthropology. It's the same
An
thing.
anthropological
Anybody's
study.
like, ugh, you're so into fucking Real Housewives. I'm like, actually, I'm studying humans and behavioral patterns.
Cultural
Yeah.
anthropology, yeah. But that like that's what like the joke I do is like women online stalk and men IRL stalk.
Yes.
And that's the problem.
Yes.
It's like just go on the internet, buddy. Like
Yeah.
you can get everything you need. You're just
No, I knew a lot about him, like that. I think I get so mad because I feel slighted by how much I knew him before he knew me.
yeah, I know what you mean.
You know?
Yeah, you were paying attention and interested and excited, and he was like, well, "I'm smoking weed, whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah, he was probably stoned though
He
when
was
he met
probably
you.
so stoned and just chilling in Jersey, but because I like thought he was like this like
Yeah,
cool guy. Like I thought he was just like busy doing other stuff. I'm like, he's making dinner for his roommates.
yeah.
And he's staying in.
Yeah, right. We have this like whole it is
Projection.
It's so crazy because like as you get older too, and it keeps happening to you. Well, I mean, I guess when you met your boyfriend, you were in your 20s, but
was
it's
24,
like
yeah.
I guarantee you
25.
if it happened again, like you're like, no, I'm older. It's fine. It's totally, and then you keep finding yourself caught in this thing. And you're like, what the fuck? How it looks so stupid from the outside.
It's an attachment style thing. So we just did a how come about attachment styles, and like I knew that they came from your parents, but I didn't really know like how
much?
pervasive they are.
Can you talk a little bit about attachment style?
You guys would be better off listening to the episode because
No, they're
I'm
listeing to our
I know,
podcast,
I
Remy,
know.
not your
Don't leave,
podcast.
Don't leave. But if
Rate
you
and
need
review.
to, afterwards, yeah. No, just because it was a therapist talking about it, and I was so wrapped up in my own trying to figure out like what mine is,
Right.
or whatever that I
Which
wasn't.
we're
like,
all doing when someone like
but
that.
we also are all the different things.
Yeah.
Like we don't have a one. I mean, we might have one that we gravitate towards, but it's like if you're with a secure person, you're more likely to be secure. If you're with an avoidant person, you're more likely to be anxious. Like, you know.
Yeah, or if like the love that you've received has been, or the love that you've seen between your example is a certain way, you're going to trend towards that example. You know, and I even started keeping like an Excel sheet at one point, being like, here are all the people that I've been with, and like, here's how they are similar, and here's how they relate to each other, and here's how they treated me.
That's wild.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I really like to choose people that seem not so into me because I'm like, I agree. I hate me too. You know, like
Because it's it's the love you think you deserve.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And like,
that's the
yeah,
flip.
go to therapy because you can unlearn it.
Yeah.
And I do believe that I deserve better love now. And
Good.
our relationship has obviously changed. Like, he treats me like a princess now,
As he should.
as he should.
Look at that hair. Look at this long
Princess
Rapunzel
hair, yeah.
locks.
Yep,
Yeah.
slick your hair in Moroccan oil by accident.
That
Wait it out
your
2
hot
weeks,
tip.
and your hair will be fabulous.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's I'm just trying to think about because like my parents, like I said, have been together my whole life, and like as far as I know, like in love the whole time. Not that they have like a perfect relationship or anything, but I'm trying to think about like my fuck up itness.
Wait, how is your mom divorced then?
from her first husband?
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about like how my fuck upness, like how I would relate it back to thinking
Them.
about what they're like, and I'm not really sure I see it.
That's
but,
okay too.
But I mean, maybe I just don't see it because it's too obvious or something.
Yeah, or like, do you think
just-
you have a secure attachment style?
I don't know because I don't know what the options are. I don't know what the different styles
Right.
are. I'll look. it
Okay,
up
so there's
afterward.
like anxious, avoidant, fearful.
I need the definitions.
Yeah.
Avoidant is when you're like always scurrying away. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Like the more love you get, the more you're like, nope.
Yeah.
Anxious is the opposite. The more you feel someone pulling away, the more you
Want
them.
them.
And so then you get caught in the anxious avoidant trap, where that's like a
Yeah.
big pattern with people, where it's like the more it's like
I think that's
someone
me, or
strangling
like
you.
avoidant, fearful, or whatever, where it's
Yeah.
Don't leave me.
like I'm like, I want this so badly. And then when
Yeah.
you show it to me, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, that's also called disorganized.
Yes, it can be
Yeah.
disorganized as well.
And then secure is exactly what it sounds like. So it's like
There's
and I
no
feel like
healthy
I've been
attachment styles.
secure.
Oh, secure.
I feel like I've been all of them in different relationships.
I think I would say
You
it
know?
totally
a
depends on the
mirror.
dynamic of the me and the other person,
Yeah.
like which person it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But secure people, they'll date people who aren't secure sometimes, and like then they have to learn a little
Yep.
bit about that person and how to make them more comfortable.
Yeah, I think I would say my guess would be off the cuff that I'm secure.
Nice.
I think you are too. I think you're very like level headed.
yeah, you seem that way to me.
Yeah.
Like thank you. That's nice to say. Duh. No.
Thank you. Now say it 6 different ways.
Like,
Go.
like I can get just as insecure as the next person about like, is my
Yeah.
dynamic with this person like off or something like that?
Is it mutual? Like
Yeah.
you feel just because you're secure doesn't mean you're like blindly confident and no one can hurt you.
Right. Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I'm that too. But no. But yeah, I think I'm secure. Like I assume everything's fine unless I feel like there's
That's secure.
A reason to feel otherwise.
Like if even to this day, if Ben is not responding to me, I will spiral.
Yeah.
and go, where is he? Who is he with?
Oh, I just get
Does
like
he have
annoyed.
a full other girlfriend? Even though I know he doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, and you know what's been really helpful for us?
What?
Location sharing. Because sometimes he will just leave his phone like around the house or whatever, and I assume he's like
Cheating on
ignoring me or gone or cheating on me or whatever, and it's like, no, he's just at home.
One thing that made me less insecure was that I open dated this guy, and
What does that mean?
like he was poly.
Okay, great.
And so, and he would tell me about like the other like women that he was seeing.
Yeah.
And that removed a lot of like jealousy issues
Yes.
for me, because it suddenly became this thing where it wasn't like
It's so honest.
she was like taking him
Yeah.
from me or
It's
something
not
like that.
It's not about ownership.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so like with my ex, different guy, when he would do stupid shit, I would just call him on his stupid shit, and it would never become a bigger thing because I wouldn't get really worked up about it. Like he was flirting with this other chick at my birthday party one time, and it was like very obvious, and I just rolled my eyes when I saw it like at my birthday party, and I
Yes.
didn't feel any interest in stopping it because I was like, I know this isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And even if it did go somewhere,
Yeah.
then like bye, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're
But
not
that
that I
takes
wouldn't
a
be
very specific, like that takes like a really long time to achieve. Because like for me, what I'd probably do is like pretend to be cool with it. Like I like
yeah.
to think that I would do the same thing that you would do, but I know in the moment I'd like pretend to be cool with it, and then later try to not say anything, and then it would like come out in a really weird way.
Yeah.
Like to this day, I
just said it directly to him, but not at the party, because I was like, I'm not going to ruin my own fun I'm having at my birthday party, like
Yeah.
giving
Yeah.
him a hard time about something that does not matter. Like,
Yeah.
but I think that also, like, I didn't, you know, it's not like I achieved feeling this way. It just happens to be how I feel. You know what I mean?
crazy.
But I will also say I might
You're
not
insane. You're unhinged. Don't leave.
leave your own
Leave
apartment.
your own apartment.
But I'll also say I might not have acted the same way in a different relationship. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I felt very stable
was
and
someone-
secure in that relationship. I would go wild with somebody else. You know what I mean?
if someone who had like maybe you'd gotten together by cheating, or he had cheated on you, or something like if there was
Or
already
whatever.
some kind of like
yeah, if there was precedent. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
but that's how I felt in that relationship. It's also because I felt I was better than him.
You're like, good luck.
So I wasn't worried about it.
Yeah. But no, I like in my secure relationships, like I like hearing that the other person is flirting with someone. Like with my current roommate / ex, when we were together, there was like genuinely no jealousy. And like
That's
we were both like, we would like flirt with other people, blah, blah, blah. It was fine. In my last relationship, it was like I was like an anxious mess because there was always a precedent of like, well, these other people like me, and like here's all the stuff from my past, and like here.
So Remy, would you say, did you stop being avoidant after like he stopped being a fuckboy?
No, I think so. He wasn't being a fuckboy to me, is what I've had. Like he did not horrible things, but like he would like invite me places and then like not show up or whatever.
Oh,
like
come on.
like that. I mean, he literally did it to the audience last night. That he was like, everybody head to that bar, and like we'll meet up with you there. And I was like, we are not going there. And he's like, but they'll all have fun. Like he just assumes that like nobody cares about his actual presence. He's like, I'm sending them to a fun bar, like, you know, whatever.
That's hilarious.
And I literally was like, oh my God, you did this to me. Like, what the fuck?
It's a lot different than
the
doing
audience.
it to the audience than doing it to a person that you are hooking up with.
I don't think we were hooking up.
But it doesn't matter. You're still doing it to a friend then.
I think he thought of me as like some girl he met at a show. You know, like I don't know.
Stop excusing it.
I know. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to excuse his behavior.
I don't forgive him.
But no, I think
He is groveling 8 years later.
what I had to realize is that it wasn't me specific. It was where he was in his life.
Yeah.
That he wasn't taking anybody seriously, and that he was just like having a fun time.
Yeah.
And like I was in a completely different place where I was like, I need love and a relationship right now.
Yeah. Well, and then I would also say, like, I very much relate to you saying that you're avoidant, because up front when guys are like love bomb me and whatever, I'm just like, ugh.
I don't believe you.
Well, it's not even I don't believe you. It's just like, ew.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the romantic. Like I can be very obsessive about a person.
Yeah.
But I would not say that I'm the romantic one in the
There was
relationship
one-
at all.
The first time that we were hooking up and heading back to my house, we were talking about something like video games or something stupid. And he goes, "Oh my God, this really makes me like you." And I said in the moment, "Ew." Like,
But he didn't know that you didn't mean like towards him in general.
no, I think I did. I think I was like, "Oh, don't say that to me." Like,
You're ruining it.
yeah.
That's really funny.
Um,
And then what did he say?
I think he just recalibrated how he was going to approach me. You know?
You don't like me. I don't like me.
He's like, okay, yeah, I don't.
How sneaky.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know how I'm going to play the game with this girl. Well, it is. It's a mix of like, you have to not like quote play a game, but you're like figuring out how to navigate a person. So I
Yeah.
think there's a difference between like fucking with someone's head or being inconsiderate and then being like, okay, if I tell this person that I like her, she's gonna like. There's a different.
She's gonna
approach.
say,
There's
ew.
a different problem solving
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
So we'll both, like, I think we both were pretending to be cool
Yeah.
Yeah.
for a while.
And then you're like,
And I was like, I'm not cool at all. Give me your location.
And then isn't it such a relief though when you can be that with someone and they're
It's the
still
best.
like,
It's
you're
the best.
fucking crazy. I love you. And
My-
you're like, yay.
my friend texted me the other day and she's like, we should meet up. And I was like, right now? And she's like, yeah, you're in Soho. I was like, you fucking creep. But I forgot that like,
Oh, that's
I
so
share my
cute.
location. Like,
Yeah.
and she just like will look at where her friends are,
Yeah.
which I think is so loving.
Yeah, I check on my friends in the
I
morning.
like
Yeah.
to see. I like it.
I like to look at the map.
I'll turn on location sharing for you if you turn it on for me.
Yeah, sometimes I'll see you around, Maria, like on your way to shows
Yeah.
and stuff. It's really cute.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's nice. Sheena Shea apparently has everyone on Vanderpump Rules' location at all times. And she noticed when Raquel went dark one night at Sandoval's concert and was like,
I don't know what any
you
of
guys
that
not...
means.
Okay.
No.
But I'm sure our listeners will
For
know.
anyone who was in the midst of Scandival with me,
What's going on?
nothing. I mean, not nothing. It's like,
Don't worry about
there's
it.
just so much I have to explain to you.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't care at all.
Does it mean
Okay.
was somebody
Yeah.
cheating on someone?
Somebody was cheating for 7 months with a close friend
Oh boy.
of the entire group. And yeah. And one of the girls was like, yeah, like they never told me, but there was one night where their locations went off. And I was like,
Because they were in the same location.
Well, you know how you
Having
avoid
sex.
suspicion? You just leave it. I love that I'm like, here's how to
Gracie,
cheat.
no.
You just like
Leave your phone at
it
home.
your house. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you can't like panically respond to the person's text when they're like, "Where are you? This is Remy. Are you cheating on me?"
no, I would just look at it and be like,
you're
he's
oh,
home.
he's in the shower.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now that you have that.
No, but now that Gracie said this, I'm going to
You're gonna
lose my
install
mind.
a camera and be like, he's left and he's fingering a chick under a underpass.
Why are you so obsessed with fingering?
It's just such a funny word. I don't know.
Oh, man.
It feels so much like
When-
funnier than like
When you
fucking.
say fingering, do you mean all of it? Because when I used to say fingering,
Like
I
all 5
assumed-
fingers?
No, I just assumed it meant penetration, not
Oh, actual
clit
fingers.
diddling.
Not like
I
not like
think-
actual fingers.
No,
you
with
mean?
fingers, like up. Like I
Yeah.
thought it was just up for fingering
think
when I
it's
was growing
anytime-
up.
Hand
That's what
on,
it means.
Hand on
Finger
No,
inside is fingering.
No, but it should be like also diddling the clit is fingering.
Yeah, I think so.
I would argue no. I would say it's penetrating with a finger.
Crazy.
I agree with you. I think it's like if someone was like, "Hey, this person like diddled my
Yeah.
clit the
And
other night,"
Andrea-
and
You got
then
fingered.
but didn't like. It's like, what do you say? What do you say? This person just
Fingering someone
rubbed?
is penetrating them. Andrea's on my side.
What?
2v2. Get Shane in here.
Yeah. Shane.
Tiebreaker. No, don't get Shane in here.
I think if you're trying to make a person with a clit have an orgasm, you have to do
I
the
think you actually
outside
did
part.
wrestle him.
Of course you do, but I don't think that fingering
But then
has
what do you
anything to do with coming.
What?
You're gonna say this to our
Look how angry you are at me.
No, but like, what's the goal?
Well, to turn on.
To get it wet enough for full pen?
I mean, sure, but
FT, 'cause that's what I used to think as a child.
to like, okay,
as a wee baby.
to fool around. It's fooling around. Like it's the same thing as
I
like
hate
jerking a
people
guy
say
off.
fooling around.
But
Yeah,
you
but
know,
don't you jerk somebody off in order?
you can just do it to like fool
To
around
get
with
it
them,
started.
and then yeah, exactly.
I think
Heavy
fingering
petting.
it should be more all encompassing though, because of the likeliness to have an orgasm.
I think this is
with
the biggest
clit
problem
versus,
in this country right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I just don't think it's I don't think it's nearly as common for other people to get you off with their fingers as opposed to with their tongues.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because I have trouble doing it with my own fingers still, so I just assume another person would have a tougher time.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get off with just your hand?
Yes,
But
that's how I learned.
But you cannot with somebody else's?
My ex-boyfriend is the only guy that's ever, I mean, he's probably the only guy that's ever tried to get me off with his fingers, you know what I mean? Like to completion.
Yeah.
And he did.
Good.
But
Good boy.
What about you?
What about me? What?
Can you have somebody else give you an
It's a
orgasm with
lot.
just their hand?
Yeah.
And
it's
can you do it
happened.
yourself with
It's
just your hand?
happened, but it's less and less frequent these days because
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like busier and lazier. So I, like back.
you
in
got
the
6
day-
minutes left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, you know what I mean. Like
I have a Zoom meeting.
I just like, honestly, like I'm working like 4 different jobs. Give me the vibrator.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Blah blah blah. Like
I don't
One day I'll get back to the organics, but right now I just
Yeah.
I have to release energy and I am busy.
Yeah. I started masturbating when I was like 12. So it'd be wild if I was like, yeah, I had a vibrator.
I didn't until I was like 18. And
Really?
then like a year later I had my first little like clit vibrator.
I remember the last time that I went home to see my parents right before they moved back to New York, and they were getting rid of this couch, and I was like, oh my god, that's the couch that I first had an orgasm on.
That's sweet.
See, I was masturbating all the time, or what I thought was good masturbating, but I was just me doing the fingering up instead of and completely
Ignoring the clit.
playing clit limbo. This is Gracie's new joke about avoiding the clit, just trying not to touch the whole
Yeah.
like I
Playing
genuinely
limbo.
didn't believe it was a thing that was important. So I think that's why I'm trying to reformat how we think of fingering, because I'm like, if you're doing it to yourself, you really should do the other part too.
I mean, for most people, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't think of fingering as like something that's getting people off, or like with that it's doing that as like in attempt to achieve orgasm.
But so you would call manual masturbation just masturbating,
yes,
not fingering.
no, I would never call that fingering.
Interesting.
I could be fingering myself while I'm masturbating.
Yeah.
But that's like hard to do, I find.
Have to be a multi-hyphenate. Really talented.
I mean, you can do it with toys, obviously.
Yeah.
But which is ideal.
Yeah.
I mean, I prefer a penis, but
I love a toy.
I
yeah.
hate the whole attachment though.
What do you mean?
The man part.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really
Well,
wish
you were
could
talking
swap those
about
attachments
detachable body parts. Like
Oh,
that
yeah,
you wanted
like
to
how I
remove
wish
your
I
feet
could-
or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Wanda Sykes has the funniest fucking joke about being able to remove your vagina or your pussy or whole vulva. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, wouldn't that be amazing if like you could just like take it off and leave it at home, and like you could be like going for a run and then somebody would jump out at you and be like, oh, I'm not wearing it right now.
Yes. That
Oh,
would be
man.
so, and they're like, oh, I got nothing.
Yeah.
It's like my most precious asset.
Not getting raped. LOLOL.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be a woman. To be a woman.
Can I play with your hair again?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like we are winding down.
Yes.
Potentially. You already gave us a hot tip, but I love that don't you love like a few years into comedy where it's like Remy and I have seen each other like
I would love to be a
handful of
few
times
years into
over the
comedy.
years, and
In person.
and I feel so comfortable
Yeah.
whether or not she feels comfortable.
No, I do. We like I feel
Probably
like
because you guys have the same highlights.
and we have a good rapport.
Hers are way more.
And we
painted
met
than
on
mine.
a show that was like cat themed. So like she was immediately like in my, but also like I feel like I know everyone via the internet.
Yeah.
But this is my parasocial thing that I'm
no,
just
no, no.
like,
It's not.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not made up when you're in comedy because you are all like-minded and you all have like similar struggles and similar goals and similar things that you're dealing with. So there's automatically like an empathy like wall that you've already knocked down.
Yeah.
But back to stroking your hair. So we usually finish this episode or these episodes with a stay hot tip.
Whew.
And
A Moroccan
you already
oil.
gave us Moroccan oil, but like it can
Too
be
much
anything.
Moroccan
It can be,
oil.
like, beauty. It can be
Spiritually,
like,
mentally,
what makes you feel like
financially.
your strongest, sexiest self?
What makes me feel like my strongest, sexiest self these days is really like looking at myself in the mirror when I do feel hot and like relishing in it. You know?
Hell yeah.
That.
And also being able to find parts of my body that I otherwise like earlier thought, oh, that's not cute or whatever. And then like really embracing those things. Like I used to be very insecure about like hip dips.
What's a hip dip?
It's like when you go from like a I'm going to call it a love handle because I don't even know what another term would be. And then it goes kind of in and then your leg goes out again.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
very,
just you don't have like a straight down hip. Like it's like a little more undulating.
you mean you just have a hips?
Yeah, exactly.
That's very like.
Isn't that a good thing though? I don't have those and I'm sad.
Well, so it used
very
to
like
be
Roman goddess?
Oh,
actually.
like don't right. That's the thing is bodies they come in and out of style like fashion.
Yes.
Yeah, literally.
Which is so fucked up because it's like
yeah, because
it's
right
my
now we're
one
in,
body.
now we're in Gaunt
You
phase
know?
again.
Yeah,
like
no.
Lily Rose Depp phase.
She was saying heroin chic. I was like, it's fucking coming back. Like, don't terrify me.
Yeah. Well, the 90s were going to come back, so you know that's coming back.
I know, but I have just been reprocessing them and being like, I love my hip dips. I think they're a really cool and hot part of me.
Yeah.
You know, or like my arms, I used to get mad because they weren't stick thin and stuff. And now I'll be like, oh, how cozy are my arms? You know, and I'll give myself like a hug or something.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's like learning to re-love and redefine
Yeah.
all the formerly self-rejected parts of yourself.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. There was also a thing that I put my face into AI when we all did that, remember? Mm-hmm. And came out with those images. And one of my like insecurities is like, oh, my nose is like off center or whatever. And in these AIs, they would center my nose. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh, wait, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't look like me anymore.
Yeah.
And so that was just like a nice little
Reminder that
reminder and unlearning that it's
that
like
your face
the
is
things
good.
that make you are you. Like,
yeah,
otherwise you're just gonna look like some
a
other
Kardashian.
Yeah,
Everybody else.
that's
I love
exactly
that.
who I'll look like.
That was like such a feel-good,
Yeah.
like, beautiful thing that you just said.
Thanks, guys.
Hold on.
We loved it.
Not only is she
And
funny and hot,
also-
she's so deep.
But also, here's something I learned on DST. If you are having a bad body image day and sometimes you cannot like get over it, you can very much cover up the mirrors in your house. You don't have to take any pictures and you can just
Yeah.
go about your life.
Yeah.
And remind yourself that not everyone has to want to fuck you.
Yep.
In fact, it's better if not everybody wants to fuck you. Yeah.
It's way less of a
Yeah.
like a pestering.
Yeah.
Is that it?
And we might have to cut this out just depending
go.
on how you guys think about it. But the
Like,
other day I
can't
was
wait.
I was
But
saying
Trump
to
2024.
No, I was really oh my God. I saw some people wearing those shirts when I was in the Dominican Republic on the 4th of July and I said, "Go back to your country if you love it so much."
That's amazing.
But no, the other day I was like really feeling myself in like a physical way and really not feeling myself in a mental way. And I said to Ben, I go, no one would ever listen to me if I wasn't pretty. And he was like, Remy, I don't want this to come off in any negative way. you are very pretty, but I would not say that's the number one thing about you. He's like, I think your first thing is you are very interesting and you say very interesting things. Your second thing is you are very funny. And he's like, and then I would put pretty at third. And I was like,
You got furious.
no, I like at first I want to be like, I don't think I'm pretty. But I was just like, that's so nice that you're here, not just for
Pretty hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Duh.
Yeah.
You don't stick around for 8 years because someone's a hot
Nice.
little
Pretty
piece of
nice
toast.
looking.
So true.
Yeah.
Like you stick around for 8 months if someone's like a hot little thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hot little thing.
That's why he didn't like me enough in the
HLT.
first place. He was just like, ugh, she's just kind of pretty. He didn't realize that I'm so interesting.
And funny, and that's how we get them.
That's what we're gonna call the episode. I'm so interesting.
So interesting.
Remy, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Let people know where they can find you, what you got upcoming, your plugs. Blah,
Yeah, come find me. Again, I'm on the internet at Remy Kassimir. My podcast is How Come Podcast. It's also on Instagram and all those things. My other podcast is Diet Starts Tomorrow. And I am coming to the DC area. If you are in the DMV, specifically Arlington Draft House, please come see me the weekend of Labor Day.
Cool. I'll be out by then.
I hope to entertain you if you are not going to the beach.
Hell yeah, sounds good. Gracie, where can
You
they
can
find you?
find me at Save Gracie Canaan on all of the lit platforms. And where can we find you?
MariaHeinegg. You guys, this has been Hot Dads Pod.
Yay!